Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? So in today's weekend football results video, we're gonna check out all of the results from the main leagues in Europe, principally. And then I'll check in on other leagues around the world. This is like the shorter version of the video, so it's not going to be the hour-long version, so we won't see all leagues today, but I'll check in as many as I can. Starting with the Premier League in England. Lots to discuss here, but I think principal takeaways from the weekend. Liverpool are top. Man City, who lost, are second. Forest on a massive run. They're third, which is incredible in itself. Chelsea are up to fourth. They've got Arsenal on the weekend coming, which is big because Arsenal are below them now with no win in their last 3 games. And I just watched them lose in the Champions League tonight as well. Aston Villa in 6th, Spurs 7th, and then of course Newcastle 11th, Manchester United 13th, West Ham 14th. And down the bottom we've got Ipswich, Southampton and Wolves. So those recent fixtures that we were talking about. On Saturday we saw Newcastle beat, how can we say, toothless Arsenal, just an Arsenal team that is really missing Odegaard. 1-0 with a goal from Alexander Isak. This was the massive shock though. 2-1 loss. Man City always seem to get around these tough sort of away games. The stadium in Bournemouth, really right on the pitch. Can't escape the fans. And Bournemouth have done brilliantly. Well done to them. 2-1 winners. Semenyo and Ivan Nilsson cancelling out. Gvardiol got a late goal, but it didn't matter. So that's a really big shock. And of course we'll talk about the Champions League in the next Champions League video I do, but they also struggled in the Champions League. Ipswich and Leicester drew 1. All goals from Davis and Ayew. Late goal from Leicester. Really must have been quite painful for Ipswich. Liverpool did not slip up this week. Gakpo and Salah with the 2 goals against obviously a very good Brighton team. So this Arne Slot version of Liverpool looks the real deal. They just haven't shown any signs of slipping up. Nottingham Forest, tell me in the comment section, can they stay there? Are we looking at Nottingham Forest in the Champions League next year? I don't personally think so, but I'm very, very relieved. I did say this would happen last year, actually. I said that they would, with the squad that they've got, and the ambition they've got, and the fan base they've got potentially a top 10 finish. So I think that might be happening this year. Obviously, it looks a lot better than that at the minute. West Ham have got problems though. So Wood again, the New Zealand striker, Hudson-Odoi and Aina with the goals. Southampton, a win for Southampton. Armstrong on the 85th minute, so quite a difficult one for Everton to take. And then a 2-2 draw between Wolves and Crystal Palace. Larson and Gomez for Wolves, Chalobah and Gay for Palace. And then on Monday, despite Aston Villa taking the first half lead through Rodgers against the run of play, Spurs come out in the second half. Johnson with another goal, 2 for Solanke, which he needed, and coming off the subs bench, Maddison with a fantastic free kick in the 96th minute. So 4-1. So it did look like Aston Villa were going to get an away victory. Almost, I want to say the word undeservedly, because they didn't really have much going forward in the first half, and yet they were winning. But it was kind of even overall. But yeah, Spurs did have 2.4 goals expected goals. But Aston Villa weren't terrible. I think maybe the second half Tottenham just came out and blew them away. And then 1-1 between Man United and Chelsea. Fernandes with a penalty and Caicedo with the equaliser just 4 minutes later. Interesting to see what this Chelsea team can do this year under their new manager. And obviously very interesting to see what Amorim comes in and does for Man United. If you're interested, I took your advice and I've started a Man United FM Football Manager save, so I'll do a video for that in the next couple of weeks. And then on Monday Night Football, so chuffed, I've been saying this, haven't I been saying this on this channel? You've got to play Wilson. Why aren't you playing Wilson? Came on, completely won the London derby between Fulham and Brentford. 92nd and 97th minute goals for the Welshman. Please, can you start playing him from the start? Okay, Championship, we're going to talk about it because my team, Swansea, won and they're up to 9th. Sunderland are still top, still unbeaten, but 2 draws in their last 2 games. Sheffield United 2nd, Leeds 3rd, they lost this evening in the midweek game. Burnley, Millwall and Watford make up the top 6. Big teams, West Brom, Middlesbrough, massive team of Swansea. No, I can't say that with a smile on my face. Blackburn have dropped down, they lost their last 3. And where Oxford are still not at the bottom, well done to them. Sheffield Wednesday 15th, Oxford 16th, Coventry 17th, and Cardiff hovering over the relegation zone but doing a lot better. And the big result that we had this week, 2 wins in a row. Watford was the midweek win, 1-0. Again, played our usual style, 58% possession, should have got 2 goals. You know, we're playing really well. If we can start scoring goals one day, we will actually be right up there. You know, we're only 1 win from like 4th place or something. And then 2 goals away to Oxford United on the weekend. Vipotnik, I think maybe getting his first goal for us, and Bianchini as well, definitely his first. Cardiff scoring a 2-1 win over Norwich. 89th and 93rd minutes for Robinson and O'Dowda. And yeah, those are some key results. Millwall tonight beating Leeds with a goal from Tanganga. Leeds so inconsistent. Will they miss the automatic spots again this year? I hope not. I really like Leeds, but you can see it happening, can't you? Okay, so Bundesliga. Bayern München is top, Leipzig is 2nd, but they lost their last match, so they could have gone joint top. Eintracht Frankfurt in 3rd, Bayer Leverkusen in 4th, Borussia Dortmund in 5th, and Freiburg in 6th. Union Berlin just dropping down a little bit, but they've got Freiburg next, so the winner of that will go into the Europa Conference League spot by the looks of it. Stuttgart are down in 8th, and down the bottom, Hoffenheim, Kiel and Bochum. Results this weekend, and so 0-0 between Leverkusen and Stuttgart. Then we had Bayern München beating Union Berlin 3-0, 2 goals from Kane and 1 from Kingsley Coman. Frankfurt 7, Bochum 2, Eketike with 2 goals, Mamouche, Knauf, Brown, Dahoud and Uzun. Hoffenheim lost at home to St. Pauli 2-0. Holstein Kiel beat Heidenheim, it's a shock, 1-0. Wolfsburg and Augsburg drew 1-1, and Dortmund beating Leipzig 2-1. Bayer and Girassi with the goals. If I remember correctly, don't Dortmund totally hate Leipzig due to the ownership issues? So I think that's become like a bit of a derby, even though they're nowhere near each other. Freiburg and Mainz 0-0, and Mönchengladbach beating Werder Bremen 4-1. Let's head over to Serie A then. So Napoli top, but they lost their last match to Atalanta, whose manager Gasparini says that Atalanta are now on a title challenge. He said it. And with those results, you can't blame him, can you? And Napoli's next game is against Inter. So first against second. So yeah, I think Atalanta are on a title run. Always, as I keep going on this channel, always exciting Serie A. Never have the same winner every year. So it's a 3-horse race at the minute, which Fiorentina will tell me off for saying, and they'll say, no, we're only a win from top spot. 5 wins in a row, and we battered Roma the other week. Lazio are also on the same points, so 1, 2, 3 on 22, and then Juve and Milan are outside of that little picture, so they could even come into it. So many teams in Italy that can do well. Bologna, Champions League football for them, 9th, and Roma, chaotic season, 12th. Please, 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 I can't manage it. Just literally put anyone else in charge. I hate his tactics. Let's see results then. So, Saturday, Bologna beat Lecce 1-0, Juve beat Udinese 2-0, own goal and a goal from Savona. Milan won against local team Monza, Reinders with the goal. He scored in the Champions League as well. He's having a good week. This is the match I was talking about. Atalanta hammering Napoli, who've only lost twice this season, but I think they were both big margins. I think maybe both were 3-0. Atamola Lookman with 2 goals and Retegui with the third, who's having a great season after his big move. Fiorentina, Moise Kean scoring to make it 1-0 against Torino. And Verona beating Roma in the 88th minute. Goals from Tungstad, Magnani and Haroui. Soulé and Dovbik weren't enough. Their goals weren't enough to stop a loss against Verona. Inter beating Venezia 1-0. Goal from, you guessed it, Lautaro Martinez. Empoli beating Como 1-0. Parma losing at home to Genoa 1-0. Goal from Pinamonti. And last but not least, Lazio beating Cagliari 9-man. Cagliari with goals from Dia and a penalty from Zaccagni. Let's go to Spain. A couple of matches were called off this week because of the horrific floods in the Comunidad Valenciana, where Villarreal are also located as well as Valencia. My thoughts go out to anyone affected with that. It's just horrible. Let's talk football though. So Barcelona are top by many points. Real Madrid have a game in hand, but obviously they lost their last game to Barcelona on a little bit of a tricky run. Real losing the Champions League as well. Atletico Madrid in third, as they usually are. Villarreal in fourth. Osasuna having a cracking season. They're in fifth. Athletic Club in sixth. Real Betis 7th. Real Sociedad, who I said would be in fourth, are in 11th. Girona struggling with the 2 matches a week in 12th. Sevilla in 13th, such a yo-yo team. Espanyol in 17th, and down the bottom Las Palmas, Valladolid and Valencia, shockingly. Okay, so Friday, Deportivo Alaves beat Mallorca 1-0, Osasuna beat Valladolid 1-0, Budimir, who else, the Croat, who's got such good scoring records in Spain. Girona beat Leganés 4-3, goals from Gutierrez Martinez, Stuani, the old man, and González. Those 2 games called off, as I said. Carlo Ancelotti of Real Madrid said that all games should have been called off this weekend in respect, and I agree with him, I think. Atleti beating Las Palmas 2-0. Sørloth finally got a goal after his big money move, and the son of the coach, Simeone, scored the other one. Barcelona beating their local rivals in the Catalonian derby 3-1. 2 goals for Dani Olmo and another one for the brilliant Rafinha. Playing better than Mbappe this season, in my opinion. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. It's a strong statement, but I was thinking about it earlier, watching him in the Champions League tonight, and I thought he's having a better season than Mbappe at the minute. Who would have thought that last year, when his own fans couldn't stand him? Okay, Real Sociedad won in Seville against Sevilla. Kubo, the Japanese international, and Oyarzabal with a penalty. Athletic Club could only draw with Real Betis at home. Berenguer with a goal to cancel out Fornal's early lead. And the Monday Night Football, Celta Vigo beating 10-man Getafe. Duvicas with the only goal in the 7th minute. Russia, Krasnodar are top, keeping eternal winners Zenit St. Petersburg off the summit. And Lokomotiv, Dinamo and Spartak, and then CSK, the Moscow division, between 3rd and 6th. It's at the bottom, Khimki, Fakel, Akhmat and Orenburg. We're going to skip a couple. We'll go on to France. Ligue 1, Paris Saint-Germain still top, obviously, but Marseille 6 points behind, as are Monaco. Lille in 4th, Nice, Lyon, Lens and Rennes make up the top 8. Rennes in 13th, Saint-Étienne in 16th, Le Havre and Montpellier down in the automatic relegation spots. Friday saw 2 games. Angers managed an away win in Monaco. Aolo with the only goal. Wow, that's great for the side that's only just returned to the top league. Big game between 2 of the chasing pack, Lille and Lyon, 1-1. Jonathan David for Lille, but Fofana 91st minute equaliser for Lyon. Paris Saint-Germain beating Lens 1-0. Dembele on the 4th minute. Lens getting a red card. The very good Brest losing at home to Nice, who are starting to improve. Guesson with the only goal. Saint-Étienne beating Strasbourg 2-0. Toulouse beating Rennes 1-0. Ozo hammering Rennes 4-0. Le Havre beating Montpellier down the bottom 1-0. And Nantes losing at home to Marseille. Kadewere with the Nantes goal, and Maupay and Greenwood with Marseille's 2 goals. On to the Netherlands then, Eredivisie. 5 points ahead of Ajax are PSV Eindhoven in 1st, Utrecht joint 2nd. I'm happy to see that. Feyenoord in 4th. Alkmaar in 6th, Nijmegen struggling this season in 10th, and Heerenveen in 14th. Quite surprisingly down the bottom, Zwolle, Almere and Waalwijk. Utrecht managed to win away to Sparta Rotterdam. 4 goals they scored: Jensen, Rodriguez, Aronson and Van der Hoorn. Classy player, used to play for my team Swansea. Nijmegen jump from being hammered to hammering other teams this season. It's very bizarre. 6-0 winners over Groningen. Feyenoord beating Alkmaar 3-2. Goals from Ivanusec and Osman with an own goal from Wolf. And in the derby, Ajax getting a win over PSV 3-2. Klaassen, Fitzjim and Gotts with the 3 goals, cancelling out De Jong and Perisic. Okay, we'll just jump through a couple of other Scotland. Celtic are top still with Aberdeen, Rangers in 3rd. And how did their results go? Hearts got a win against St Johnstone. Aberdeen beat Rangers 2-1. Oops, a daisy. All sorted, I don't know why it closed itself. It's the Footmob app, by the way. And that was the previous weekend though. Who played? There must have been cup games this weekend because they didn't play. And Belgium, Genk are now top. Wow. Club Brugge 2nd, Antwerp 3rd, Anderlecht in 5th, Gent in 6th, and Saint-Gilloise in 10th. Portugal, Sporting still top, but they're losing their manager obviously. Will that hand the advantage to Porto, who are on a very good run too, as are Benfica, who've got Porto next. But Sporting are Braga, so they've all got difficult games this weekend. I missed out the Polish league. Let's have a quick look at that. Lech are top, and Białystok, Jagiellonia Białystok, joint top with them on goal difference second. So that's going to be an interesting title race between those two, I think. And that must be Turkey. Oh, they've changed the logo. It confused me. Galatasaray still top, 3 points ahead of Samsunspor, surprise package. Fenerbahce third, Besiktas fourth. Denmark, Midtjylland are still top, but only 1 point ahead of AGF. And from Aarhus, and Copenhagen are, fair play, they are joint sort of second, but third on goal difference. Randers are not that far away in fourth, and Brøndby are in fifth. The Allsvenskan is nearly finished, and Malmö were always going to win it. Not as exciting as last year's competition. Hammarby are definitely top. I don't think they can be caught in the last game. I'm assuming it's 30 games a season, yeah, I think it is. And AIK almost got that European spot, but Djurgården, local rivals, will be challenging them for it on the last day. Greece, Thessaloniki still top, but 1 point ahead of PAOK, so that's Aris and PAOK, the two sides from the north of Greece, topping the league, and the Athens teams are in third and fourth, AIK and Olympiakos, with Panathinaikos down in sixth, surprisingly, but only like a win away from being in third. Czech Republic, Slavia are still top, Victoria Pilsen second, which means that on a very bad run with only 1 win in 5, Sparta Prague are in third. In Switzerland, Zurich are top, but look at that, joint with Lugano. So I think we're going to have a new, I really hope we do, because it makes it, I love having different winners every year. I think we're going to have a different one because Bâle are not the team they used to be, and Young Boys are having a bizarre season. So, yeah, just hoping that we're going to get a new winner in the Swiss League. In Norway, Bodø Glimt joint top with Brann. Wow. And Brann are on a 5-match winning streak at least. And they've got Tromsø, Lillestrøm next, Lillestrøm. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. I think there are only 3 matches from the end of the season too, so it's a very tight title race in Norway. Then Linfield are top of the Northern Irish Premier League. Cliftonville and Ballymena are joint second, but Larne have played fewer games because of the European campaign. Republic of Ireland is finished, I believe, and that means that Shelbourne have won it ahead of Shamrock Rovers by 2 points. St Patrick's are third, Derry fourth, Galway fifth, Sligo sixth, Waterford 7th, Bohemian 8th. Then Drogheda get relegated, or in the relegation playoff, and Dundalk go down. On to Wales, where we do have a title challenge this year. Penabont, Bridgend are mounting a challenge. They are 2 games, they play 2 games more, but they are 4 points ahead of TNS, and Haverfordwest are also in the conversation, which is very fun. I'm very excited about that. And then down the bottom we got Aberystwyth. Okay, I'm not going to go through all of the leagues now. Let's take a quick look at Australia, see how that's going. 1 game extra played since last week, and Auckland are still top, the new team in the division. But Welly Phoenix have dropped to 6th. Melbourne are 2nd, and Sydney 3rd. Melbourne City are 4th, Adelaide 5th. And then we've got the Saudi Pro League. Al Hilal are top only by a point over Al Ittihad, and Al Nasser are in 3rd. Al Ahly down in 9th, that's quite a shock. K-League, which is coming to a close, I think might be finished. Let's have a look at fixtures. No, there's a couple more, maybe 2 fixtures each. Ulsan are top. Gangwon surprisingly, are second, and Kim Chon-sang are third. Wow, really? Seoul, Pohang and Suwon make up the top of that group, and my favourite team in Sean are going down by the looks of it, along possibly with Jeonbuk, which would be massive. They are such a big team. And in Japan, Vissel Kobe, there's a couple of games to go. Vissel Kobe are top by 2 points over Sanfrecce Hiroshima. That outsider Machida Zelvia has dropped to third though after losing on the weekend. Kashmir Antlers in fourth and Gamba Osaka in fifth. They can still catch up and get third and get intercontinental. What am I trying to say? International. I wanted to say European football, but obviously there's no European football in Asia, is it? And let's have a look. Liga, let's go MLS. We're in the final throes there. Minnesota against LA Galaxy. Seattle are going to go against... It's not actually going to be one of those teams as far as I... Oh no, it might be. Vancouver, it looks in the driving... Oh, there's a third game, okay. So it could be Vancouver against Seattle, two local rivals. And then down here we've got possibly a derby in Florida going to happen. Miami against Orlando, but we might not. New York Red Bulls, could they be again a derby? It's going to be a close one, but maybe at the minute they are quite even. Could be New York against New York. And the Liga MX, we've got Cruz Azul 8 points ahead with only a couple of fixtures to play, so I think they are champions. Toluca second, Tigres in third. And then we've got the final of the Copa Libertadores, up two Brazilian teams, Atlético Mineiro against Botafogo of Rio de Janeiro, and that's going to be the final. Again, two Brazilian teams. But the Copa Sudamericana has got Brazil against Argentina, Cruzeiro against Racing Club. So that's going to be an interesting one. It was nearly two Argentinian teams against one another in the Copa Sudamericana, which is their version of the Europa League. Brazil, Botafogo, who made that final, could be on for the double. How many fixtures are left? Oh, no, there's plenty of fixtures left. But, yeah, they are 6 points ahead of Palmeiras, who are in second. Fortaleza, surprisingly, in third. Internacional in fourth. Flamengo, the big team in Brazil, are down in fifth. And Sao Paulo in sixth. The other team, Atlético Mineiro, aren't even going to make the Copa Libertadores next season unless they win it, because they're in 10th. And then to Argentina, Vélez Sarsfield top, but only on goal difference over Huracan. How many games left? A handful, actually. And Racing Club are in third. They've obviously got that final to play in the Copa Sudamericana. Surprisingly, however, River Plate are down in 7th and Boca are down in 17th, currently drawing by the looks of it. That's not going to do them any help. Lanús, who nearly made it to the Copa Sudamericana final, they are in 23rd. Okay, that's all for today. I'll do a Champions League, Europa League, Conference League video catch up soon, and we got the last round of fixtures for the Nations League, so expect a video with that soon, as well as more content for Football Manager. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and leave me a comment. Tell me how your club has done this week, and thank you so much for watching. See you again really, really soon. Bye 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 bye.